Welcome back to the Gallant Goblin. I'm Theo, and today we have another unboxing for you. So our friends over at minisgallery.com and WizKids put us in touch with the folks at Paizo recently, and we exchanged a few emails to see if there were products that Paizo produced that we might be interested in sharing with you all. Now, I've been a D&D Dungeon Master for only about 2 years now, and before that I wasn't really in the hobby. I was just into board games, as you can see behind me. But we've been doing D&D now for a couple of years, and I've been interested in trying out some other games in the role-playing arena. And so we kind of talked about that a little bit. I expressed interest in Pathfinder 2nd Edition and Starfinder, as I'm a pretty big sci-fi fan myself, and we are in my household here. And I thought it would be interesting to share with you all what is the process of going from 5th edition D&D, and if that's all you've ever done, over to Pathfinder 2nd Edition and over to Starfinder. I figure there's a lot of new folks in the hobby like me who may be in the same boat, who've never gotten outside of the D&D world. And so it's kind of a little intimidating because you hear Pathfinder might be more complicated, might be more rules to learn, plus there's a whole new world to learn. I know I'm still learning about the Sword Coast in D&D. So we talked about it over with the folks at Paizo, and they sent us a few things to get us started. I'm not entirely sure what's in here, so I thought we'd open up and take a look. But that's our plan to share with you all on our channel, is to look about going from 5th edition D&D over to Pathfinder and Starfinder. But let's see what they've sent us here to get us started. All right, so perfect place to start with Starfinder. They sent us the Starfinder Beginner Box. Now, as I said, Starfinder is something that I've been interested in. I don't know a lot about yet. I think this is a product they released just this year to help ease people into the Starfinder universe. So it'll be interesting to bust this open and see what it's all about. I already have a few friends of mine who have expressed some interest in exploring Starfinder with me. A few people who've only played D&D, and I have a few people who've never played any tabletop role-playing games at all. So I'm going to see what it's like to start them out with this, I think. I think it's a good place for us to start. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, okay. This is something a little different. This is the Pathfinder Adventure card game. This is the new core set, and we have played one of these, a very old version of this, maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago when it first came out, the Rise of the Rune Lords core set for this game. And we haven't been able to kind of get back into it. So once I got into D&D, kind of my board gaming hobby fell by the wayside. So I'd be curious to see how this compares to that original Rise of the Rune Lords adventure card game set. If you've played any of these, and I'll be interested to hear from you in the comments below how this card game compares to playing an actual Pathfinder adventure. I know it's a little different, but at least this way you don't have to have a dungeon master, and everybody gets to enjoy the adventure together. So we'll be probably doing a review of this soon as well. It's our first board game on the channel, I think, which is surprising because I own so many. All right, what else do we have in here? Well, this is the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Bestiary. It's a nice book. You've probably seen in some of our videos before, we have reviewed some Pathfinder minis in the past, and I always preface it by saying that I'm not an expert in Pathfinder at all. So I do a lot of research to try to give you some background lore into the minis that we do showcase, but I don't really know much more outside of that research for the minis. So it'll be really interesting for me to dive in and see what these monsters are all about. So that's an exciting thing too. This is our Pathfinder 2nd Edition core rulebook, and this is the biggest tabletop role-playing game book I've ever seen. I think that's probably because I think they combine the player's guide with the dungeon master's guide. While D&D separates those out, these are together into one book. So this is going to take me a little while to read, so you have to be patient with me as I ease the channel into doing some more Pathfinder-related content, because it's going to take me a little while to prep for that, I think, with this giant book. But something hopefully that you all can look forward to along with me. 2 more little things in here. We have the Fall of Plaguestone, which I first learned about from Dwarven Forge, because I know they just recently came out with pre-orders for their special set of terrain made for this adventure. I didn't buy the full set because it's really expensive, but I did buy all the unique pieces and a few other things. I don't think that's going to arrive here until the beginning of 2019. So we'll see if we have, or 2020, I suppose, sorry. And we'll see if we can get to this before that terrain arrives. But, you know, there's always the flip maps and other things that we can use if we don't have that terrain from Dwarven Forge. But I believe this is a standalone little adventure to help ease people into 2nd edition Pathfinder. So we'll take a look at this and see if we can play it out and give you guys a review of that too. Finally, we have Pathfinder. This is Hellknight Hill, Age of Ashes Adventure Path. To my knowledge, this is the first real adventure path for Pathfinder 2nd edition. So again, I don't know a whole lot about Pathfinder yet, but I do know that they do regular releases that I think take place over the course of a year, and these come out every other month, if I'm correct. And so this is the first adventure path that took place right after that came out. So there should be 6 chapters of this, and this is our first chapter. So maybe we will dive into this adventure after we get through Plaguestone and get our feet wet with Pathfinder. So hopefully this is interesting to you all. It's an exciting new step for us and our channel. We'll hope to cover more Starfinder and Pathfinder stuff for you all as we move forward. I'd be happy to hear from you guys what you think about this. We're not going to cut back on our D&D coverage either. We're just going to cover more things. Hopefully we can just invent a couple more hours in our day to get more videos made. But again, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.